Mr. Crossman has retained this firm and retained me to bring legal action against the DEC, Angophone East DEC, for the attempted removal of him as a DEC member for Sub-District 4 of the DEC. When I say attempted removal, the line is that he hasn't been removed. It hasn't been legally done, and in terms of public notice, it hasn't been done at all. But we understand what precipitates this move today is that the DEC has made moves now to fill a position which we feel they haven't legally vacated. So Mr. Crossman has been apparently removed for reasons he's not clear of, and has certainly not, from a legal point of view, been given his democratic rights under the Charter, number one, and his legal rights under the Charter, which also include a right to natural justice and procedural fairness for things that we'd all expect, like the ability to know what you're accused of, the ability to confront what the evidence is that you're accused of, and to know what the decision is based on. And this was all done very behind closed doors, and at the last moment Mr. Crossman was told that he was removed. However, Elections New Brunswick has confirmed that as far as the public record goes, he's not been removed. So we'll be asking the court, by way of application for judicial review, to declare that decision a nullity, and also for a motion for an injunction which is to stop them from filling that position.
Is this your first year? Or
no, I was on the original deck in District 2
Yeah.
on the first deck for the first 4 years.
Okay, so this was your 5th year.
This is my 5th year.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so, and on that first deck, I would say on that first deck, it was, I never remembered anybody going away from that table in anger. There was never an argument. There was never certainly anybody that resigned out of frustration here. We sat, I remember a few nights till 11 or 12 o'clock until everybody calmly said, yeah, okay, I see your point. You don't get that under this deck. There is no discussion. If you try to have a public meeting where you openly discuss things, the immediate response is, we're going in camera. It's not going to get talked about here. How's that working with your constituents? Who had the legal authority to do what you've done here? Because it didn't just affect me. It affected me and my sub-district, another councillor and his. But the bottom line is it affected every parent and student in this district who now had a school where the sub-district councillor who's there has been told that's, you don't look after that school. We have the tape of the meeting where after the fact it was admitted in the meeting that there was no consensus, no vote taken, and none given to give the chairperson and the 2 staff members involved the authority to change the sub-district or the way the schools were assigned. There were things that went on before that, several meetings trying to discuss things with them, and the attitude was, this is the way we do business. That's all there is to it. This is the way we're doing it.
So you feel your opposition and inquiry into that change is what prompted them to?
Well, how it prompted. Okay. I filed a legal complaint November 20th, and I filed it on a legislated policy, which again is a legal document. That was totally ignored, right from the DEC to the superintendent to even the Minister of Education failed to respond to that. So what else do you do? I had warned them, I had told them back in November when I filed my original complaint. Told them, I said, you guys really need to listen to me closely. I will take you to court. I am not walking away. It's not about me. This is not about me. This is about the 15-year-old kid who can't survive in that system, that at some point, because nobody will deal with him or nobody will talk to him, can pick that phone up, call me, and I'll go find out what I can do to help him. For anything is when something's not right, eventually you either fix it or it just starts ruining people. And when you look at the DEC for the last 8 years, the DEC has been taking advantage of people. You've got people there that were recruited for a purpose, and that's not what the DECs were intended for. When the DEC started, the DECs were put in place to look after parents and pupils, not cater to the district, not get people on the DEC so that the district could control the DEC. And that's what's happening here. Whether anybody likes it or not, you've got a system now that's being run by people who cater to the district and to education in Fredericton. And the DEC is not owned by Fredericton. The DEC members are elected, supposedly, to represent people in constituencies.